But I don't hear Republicans saying that, and that's wrong.
Well,
and what Rush Limbaugh said is wrong.
Let's talk about what Donald Trump did for Jennifer Hudson when her entire family was murdered.
We're not. What does that have to do with what Rush Limbaugh said? We're not talking about that. I mean, I don't understand.
You're basically saying that Joe Biden should score points with people because of what happened in his life and how he's dealt with it.
This has nothing to do with scoring points.
But at the same time, anything that happens to Donald Trump is justified because Donald Trump is such an awful human being who has caused so many people so much despair. And he's never been involved in human interest projects. He's never helped anybody out. He has no empathy for anybody.
Wrong.
What I'm saying is you talk about how Joe Biden has empathy and Donald Trump doesn't. Well, if Donald Trump doesn't have empathy, then why did he offer up Trump Tower in Chicago to Jennifer Hudson for X amount of days after her entire family was murdered?
First of all, this entire segment has nothing to do with Donald Trump not showing empathy. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you keep talking about
Hold on a
empathy
second.
this, empathy that,
I'm talking,
implying that Joe Biden has it and Donald Trump doesn't have it.
You're not listening. This segment has nothing to do with Donald Trump's lack of empathy. It has everything to do with Rush Limbaugh's comments that he made on his radio show on Friday that were wrong, inappropriate,
what he is saying,
insensitive. I'm going by his words. The exact words that he used.
What he is saying is that you should feel sorry for Joe Biden, but don't feel sorry for you should feel sorry for Joe Biden, but don't feel sorry for Donald Trump. But he's saying that in jest. He was obviously being very sarcastic in his entire delivery.
Was he being in jest and sarcastic when he made fun of Michael J. Fox's Parkinson's?
Okay, that's totally different from this particular situation, Brian. You don't need to use that to support your opinion on this.
Well,
it's not
he's
necessary.
A scumbag. Okay, Rush Limbaugh is a piece of turd. He is a scumbag. He is a racist. He is a misogynist, and he is an awful human being. Yes, I'm sorry that Donald Trump's brother died. It's horrible, and you know what? Joe Biden was sorry as well.
You're right,
because Joe Biden reached out,
and so was Steve Sisolak.
Okay,
actually, last week we talked about that. I said both of them.
Okay. But this is about
express their condolences, which is great.
Which is the appropriate.
That's how.
Which is the appropriate.
Bipartisan politics should work, not just with family deaths, but also with policy across the board. And it doesn't work that way for whatever reason.
Well, you know what? I question anybody on the right, like a Rush Limbaugh, who wants to downplay the loss of life. In this case, Joe Biden's family members. It is disgusting to me. It is atrocious what Rush Limbaugh did.
And see, I don't think that he downplayed it.
We shouldn't feel sorry for Joe Biden.
I think
that's not downplaying.
I think that basically he said, right now the message is that you should feel sorry for Joe Biden because of what happened in his life.
It's absurd,
and you shouldn't factor in the fact that he is, at least looking to me and a lot of people out there, that he is dropping in his mental acuity. I've been saying that for a long time, despite the fact that he did stand up for 25 minutes and basically repeat the same speech he had in 2008. That also a Canadian had very similar like the light versus darkness thing. No, there is evidence. Lots of evidence actually.
Evidence
lots of evidence.
Okay, doctor.
What do you mean, doctor?
Well, you're not a doctor.
No, I'm talking about how he repeated the same speech that he had in 2008, and also a speech that was given by a Canadian politician.
Well, by that,
Layton.
Okay, hold on. By that logic, I guess Melania Trump has no mental acuity as well. Do you remember her speech that she stole from Michelle Obama?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, well that's what I'm talking about.
And Melania Trump is not in office. She is not a public servant.
She's the first lady, and she's a public person.
She's not
speaking.
She is not an elected official.
Okay,
She just
so
happens,
it doesn't apply.
She just happens to be the wife of an elected official.
So if Melania Trump does the same thing, the same rules don't apply to her. Okay, I got it.
Because one's an elected official, one's not.
Okay, so
Brian.
One is a Democrat, and one isn't.
She's not expected to be able to do those things because she is not an elected official. She just happens to be married to Donald Trump, who is the highest elected official in the country, and who will be again the highest elected official in the country until 2024.